I would say the first time I really started noticing this was about, I don't know, like in 1986 or something, and I was in a bar with this guy, and I don't remember his name, but he wasn't really that good looking, and he wasn't, yeah, I mean his hair wasn't good, his teeth weren't good, I don't even remember why. Oh, I think he was buying me a drink or something. So anyways, I was sitting with him, and he was like, wow, it looks like you used to be a florist. And I was like, no, I have never been a florist in my life. And he said, well, I'm really sure. I just look at the way you're handling your glass. And he was like, you must have been a florist at some point. And I said, well, I definitely have never been a florist. And he was like, well, did you ever think that like maybe in one of your past lives you were a florist? And I said, what? What are you talking about? I don't believe in reincarnation. I mean, that's not me. So he was like, well, you really should look into it because lots of people find out that they actually have this past life, or a lot of past lives, and you just keep getting reincarnated, and you can actually sort of figure out what you were. And so he thought I was a florist. And then I did some research. I talked to this lady, like Betsy Miller, though she doesn't go by that anymore. I think she goes by Lakula Malichilon. And yeah, I think that's it now because I know she's like a really special reincarnation specialist. And so I went and saw her, and she said that like this guy had been right. Among a lot of other things, I had been a florist. So now I always wear this around like my ear, right here, so it's a reminder of my past life. And so I thought that was a really neat thing to find out about myself. And you know, I've really been looking into it and trying to figure out some of the other things that I once was.
So I'm pretty sure I was a lion, which is totally weird because I'm a zebra now, and that means there were these two opposing forces in my life, and so very opposite. It's hard to fathom, but I'm definitely sure that I was a bloodthirsty lion.
So how does that change your current pathway? I mean, you know, in the reincarnate circle, do you think that is any predictive for the future?
Well, I might next time be like the grass that lions and zebras live on.
It is so profound.
Definitely.
Now, in my school of reincarnate thought, reincarnation does not just happen arbitrarily. Those special chosen ones who enter into the reincarnate circle cannot stay there without proper maintenance. So I've designed a ritual which is specialized for each individual in the circle, and it allows for greater communication with the earth and with the reincarnate circle and the spirituality of that person's past. So now, I will show you some of the features of my own. First of all, the atmosphere, the environment which I've created is very representative of my own reincarnate circle. Fire, representing man, the west, placed at the west end of my earth mat. Greenery, nature, life, all that is beautiful, wonderful, all that sustains man, east, at the east end of my earth mat. There are special spiritual exercises. First of all, in communicating with the earth, with the spirits, and with the circle, one must always have their hands raised upwards during the ceremony, during the ritual, during the spiritual communion. So, I raise my hands to the heavens. I begin. Breathing is so important, so I start with breathing. I breathe, and I breathe the air that is around me. All of it comes into me. It circles throughout my body, and the spirit is in me now. So, I begin with the process of birth. Even hotter. Even hotter.
Turn off the vehicle. Turn off the vehicle. So, I've done a lot of thinking, and it's just undeniable. I was a vampire in a past life, and that means a lot of things to me. That means, firstly, that I enjoyed killing people, and I had this thirst that needed to be fulfilled, and that in itself is undeniable, and it's something we have to live with. And so, after coming to terms with my prior self, I realized that I need to dedicate my time and my money to the vampire cause, and I'm going to become a vampire rights activist. I really feel there's a lot I can do for the community.
Now, what would this be doing for the part of the community that is not vampire?
Oh, well, it's definitely a two-way street. Not only do we need vampires to be able to live and have their vital food supply, but we need to also alert the general public of their presence and their needs.
These two things seem a bit mutually exclusive to me. How would you reconcile those?
Well, we need to be open to all types of human beings. We must find a way to live together.
So are you suggesting a solution like the blood bank or something similar to that for vampires?
That's definitely a progressive idea, but there's no reason vampires shouldn't have the occasional treat of a live human.
Now, pardon me if this sounds ignorant, but I was wondering, do vampires cook human blood in different ways, or do they mainly enjoy just sort of sucking it from the neck?
Oh no. It's generally, well, I don't know if I should really be telling you this.
Oh, please continue. Your identity will not be released, I assure you.
Yes, well, it's generally taken from live donors, not from the neck, but generally from an appendage. And no, there is never any cooking.
So it's not an equivalent to, say, gravy?
It's not an equivalent to, say, gravy.
It's definitely the main course.
Oh, exclusively.
Now, do you miss being a vampire?
Well, it's hard to say, you know. I would say no, except for my preoccupation with the color red. But otherwise, you know, you just can't get in touch with a past life like that. It's pretty hard to get in touch with past lives in general. What do you mean? Reincarnation?
Well, do you have any, inclination that you may have been something else in a past life?
My daddy's gone. That's what I was.
He's gone.
His gun. Well, guns. They're just really special because, you know, the inside, when you look right down it, it's so black and shiny, and that's just like really poetic for me.